Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode in review here at the Potential Podcast as we're reviewing another episode of WandaVision, all new Halloween spooktacular. And of course, every TV show, as we know, not just with this TV show, where it's a TV show within a TV show, kind of like Inception, where every good show always has a holiday themed episode. And of course, this show is not disappointing with that. Now, of course, the theme as every episode, they've gone a different genre of television. Now they're kind of in more, as Chris told me earlier, we were talking about, kind of like a little bit like the Even Stevens kind of Boy
Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm in the Middle. So we're getting into late 90s, early 2000s. So who knows where they're going to go next. But this was fun because, again, leading off the events of the last episode, we got Pietro, but he was cast from a different Quicksilver from the X-Men universe. And then, of course, leaving off where Wanda and Vision are really kind of at odds with each other because Vision's like, something's not right, I don't remember anything, and they're, kind of at odds. And so we find our characters starting the episode where it's Halloween in Westview, and they're all dressed up. And which we loved. It was great. We had Wanda and Vision dressed in their kind of retro Scarlet Witch and Vision costumes. So it was really kind of like great to see them in kind of a wink wink nudge nudge. I liked what you did there. I didn't know we could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going. You don't have to copy me. But anyway,
the Lone Ranger.
No, this was a fun. This was a fun one for the fans, in that for those especially of the comics, Wanda, Vision, and Quicksilver all were dressed in the costumes of the OG versions from the comics, which was kind of fun. Like, these are, the ones that would never work really with the modern MCU, especially with all the costumes being a lot more advanced with armor, or it's a lot more thorough with the fabrics and the armor and stuff. So this was kind of fun to be like, oh, that's what they would have looked like had it been the original costumes. But I did like this episode. It got a little more action packed at the very tail end, but it was an eerie episode.
Yeah.
Vision has been on this quest now to be like, wait, what is going on? I something's going on. He just kind of acts a way of like, oh, I'm like the town, neighborhood watch. So even though it's Halloween, I still need to protect the trees from toilet paper. And, he's acting very dorky dad, which he does very well on this show. But I know that he definitely used that as an excuse to, all right, now I'm away from Wanda. Maybe I can go find out some stuff. And I loved it. They had this great, creepy little scene where he went to a part of town that I guess he doesn't go to regularly, and all the people around him are frozen. They are not moving. They are just like statue people.
Well, as they're slowly going out of town, people are slowly, because the camera's not on them, they're not part of the scenery.
They're not active.
So we don't need these the props. And then it gets to Catherine Hahn's character, and she's stuck at the wheel, and then she's kind of losing her mind. And then he's like, what happened? She's like, am I dead? Why? Because you're dead. It was really creepy. It was very fitting for a Halloween episode. And he's like, okay, go back to normal. And so he's like, I got to figure out what's going on. Meanwhile,
that was great. I thought it was great storytelling just because it was creepy, but he hasn't been told yet that he's been killed.
Well, all his memories are from when he was reincarnated until now, as he said in one episode.
Yeah,
he has no memory of anything. He's like, what's an Avenger? Which is like, whoa, okay. But then, of course, meanwhile, we've got Tommy and Billy and Uncle Peter, and they're kind of doing the shenanigans of the classic kind of sitcom. But Wanda and him are having these really tender moments where, even though they don't really know each other, but they still have the same storyline. They're not the same characters, but they're hinting at why did you bring me back, or why I'm like this, and how did you do this? And she's like, I don't know how I did it, but she's admitting that she was the cause of it, but we still don't know what sparked this whole kind of Westview phenomenon.
Is she being controlled by someone higher?
I still think the theory's out for that way. But of course, back in the real world,
I did like when they. Well, I was gonna say I did like the moment, and they did this with Vision. I liked the moment when Wanda looks away for a second, looks back, and now we see Pietro bloody, the gunshots.
Yeah.
I like that they keep reminding Wanda of those that she's lost, and so it keeps you on the edge of your seat thinking, is she the one doing this? But clearly she's a bit confused as well. So she's like, I don't know how this is happening, but is she happy about it or is she not
Yeah.
happy about it? Also, the kids, this was kind of funny. This was the first episode where the two kids start to reveal that they did inherit their parents' powers. So
Yeah.
one of them gets the Quicksilver powers like his uncle, and the other gets to start to have mind reading and stuff. So I thought that was a fun little
Yeah.
spin in with,
Visions of Vision.
yeah,
Like he
visions of
was
vision.
his own
But
spider
yeah, it's
sense.
going to our people on the outside who are, are they're like us, the ones trying to figure out what's going on with this place and
Yeah.
everything. Uh, it's getting a little dark in there too. I feel like, especially that guy who's the leader of Sword, who's just a total douche, honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be a reveal with him. I feel like that's been a big fan theory, is that he's actually so and so. Who that might be, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can tell that they're not all on the same page,
Yeah.
and this is starting to spark, battles within their own ranks. And it was cool to have this visual when Vision is like trying to break through the barrier,
Yeah.
and all I thought was, if you're outside the barrier, dude, you're gonna die because you are dead. So
Yeah,
like only the magic works in this barrier.
he's literally falling apart, and it's like, oh, this is not good. I know. It was like really, it was kind of like, what it reminded me of? It reminded me of X-Men 3 when Wolverine's trying to save Jean Grey, and she's just literally like tearing his flesh apart, but he keeps regenerating. It kind of reminded me of that scene where he's just like, I'm gonna help you, but it was a little difficult to watch, and I was like, whoa, this is like crazy. And then all of a sudden, Wanda's like, oh, is she gonna like all of a sudden appear and help him? No, I'm just gonna make the barrier bigger. So the hex is getting larger, and all of a sudden we see this giant wave. It's like the tsunami of energy. Everyone's like,
which
run!
that was visually very cool to
Yeah.
see it continue to grow, and to see all of like all the sword members that are trying to escape then automatically turn into what ended up being like circus. Like
Yeah, like
it was
little
like
clowns.
circus carnival. Yeah, so that was like, okay, and it's not hurting them, but it's transforming them, and now these people are all, you know, quote unquote, uh, part of the problem now. So interesting to see where they will go, and I feel like we're gonna start. I feel like we're gonna get a couple more cameos like we did with Evan Peters. I feel like we're gonna get some more, and but it's very much left me like, okay, where are they going to go next? This show is famous for not really having like proper episode cutoffs.
Yeah.
Like an event happens, and then all of a sudden it's that credit
Yeah.
that starts the credits, and I'm always like, you've got to be joking. I
Exactly.
have to wait another week for this. So
Yeah.
the show is so entertaining, but it's I feel like something that we will discuss when we do a full season review is how much better this would have worked as like two halves released instead
Yeah.
of once a week. I feel like this would be a lot better in movie form. The waiting a week is, and really, it's more Disney Plus wanting to keep subscribers, keeping the people paying.
Yeah.
Because if they released the whole thing in one go, a lot of people would have watched and they would have fallen off. So it's still entertaining. It's making me be like, another
Well, I
week.
know, but
Here we
also
go,
we're spoiled. We're spoiled.
We'll have three
because,
more.
yeah, we grew up at a time when, TV had to wait every week, and there was no reruns. What's a rerun? You'll find out, kid. But Back to the Future. But yeah, so I think it is tough, and I know they're trying to make money, but it would have been nice where a lot of shows like I know like shows like Lucifer and things like that, where they did like kind of break it in half. It might have been better suited, especially in the first two episodes. I kind of didn't know where the show was going to go, and I was like, oh, this is going to be the show. But once episode 3 hit, I'm like, okay, now I'm invested. So you're right. But again, more questions open up, and it keeps keeps getting me excited for what's going to come next, who's going to pop in, and what TV themes that they're going to come up with next. You know, we hope maybe it's going to be The Office, or you know, maybe it's going to be a reality show like Survivor or The Bachelor.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be a reality show. They'll have like interviews to the camera. I could totally
Yeah.
see that happening. So excited to see where they'll go next week. We still got 3 episodes left, so we're 2/3 through the season. And once again, once the show ends, not only will we do a full season review, but then after about a week or two, we'll be right into the Falcon and Winter Soldier. So Marvel's definitely being like, you're getting a lot this year, kids,
Yeah.
which is exciting to see. So definitely stay tuned for another week review next week of WandaVision on Disney Plus. And just a reminder that season 2 of the Potential Podcast is premiering on where podcasts are found starting in March. So
Yeah.
we're bringing
And
a whole
podcasts.
new season with brand new episodes on our podcast. So very
And,
excited for that.
yes, we are. And of course, with this YouTube page, keep a comment below. What do you think is going to come up next? Who are you hoping to see pop in? We want to hear your positive feedback and comments and other shows that you may like us to review as they come out. We'd be happy to do that and share it along with you. So keep watching, keep subscribing, and please enjoy more to come, especially with this show right now, WandaVision, because we're pretty pumped ourselves.